Welcome to the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session. Today is Tuesday, May 6, 2025. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and it is being recorded. If you could please mute your devices. First, we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Boyce.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's a good commercial. It works. It's in your head now.
As we start the first general session of May, we'd like to recognize the beginning of Older Americans Month, a time to celebrate our older residents' contributions, resilience, and vibrancy, and uplift those who make a meaningful impact in their lives every day. It's a privilege to introduce our Franklin County Office on Aging Director, Shonda Wingo, a dedicated leader and passionate advocate for helping older adults age with dignity, purpose, and connection. With Shonda today is also Pamela Shields, founder of the Urban Aging Residents Coalition. Pamela launched UARC in 2020 to address the urgent needs of older adults during the pandemic. And under her grassroots leadership, it has grown into a powerful force for aging equity, social connection, and community wellness. Director Wingo.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners, County Administration. Each May, we join the nation in recognizing Older Americans Month, a time to celebrate the contributions, resilience, impact of our older adults to reaffirm our commitment to ensuring they are seen, valued, and supported. The 2025 theme is Flip the Script on Aging. It challenged us to rethink outdated ideas about what it means to grow older. It calls upon us to fight against ageism and dispel the stereotypes and uplift stories that show aging as a time of purpose, growth, advocacy, and continued leadership. She's gonna get me for this. Today we're honoring Miss Pam. Pam Shields is the definition of flipping the script. In a world.
Don't act all surprised. You knew. Go act all surprised. She's like, oh, me? What? You know what you do. You are a big deal, and so you know that. Don't even try that.
Only time I want you to give me attention is when I'm home. I didn't know this.
We know.
Pardon me. Show me grace, because I shouldn't be talking out loud right now. I'm sorry.
You're fine. This is what we do, right? So in a world that often overlooks older adults, especially in underserved urban communities, you created UARC on your front porch when seniors felt that they weren't seen and they had nowhere to go. Social isolation crept in like a thief in the night, and you said, I'm not gonna stand for it. And on your porch, you brought all the seniors that were in your reach, and you held court in your front yard to make sure that seniors were seen and connected and didn't get lost in a time of tragedy. Your programs like 60-minute safe socialization on your front porch chats were created to help combat just that loneliness. Through your leadership, older adults are not only portrayed as fragile or forgotten, but as central pillars in the community of strength and wisdom. You don't just challenge assumptions, you transform them. She is showing us that no matter what your age is, that you can start something and have it be your own and leave a lasting impact. It's a vibrant new chapter filled with creativity, advocacy, and connection. Your work aligns perfectly with this year's theme, and we're proud to celebrate you and your UARC team as a local example of what it truly means to flip the script on aging. So I believe there was a resolution that was prepared for you in your honor.
It is, and if we can take a picture.
are. Miss Pam.
Y'all like photos? Thank you so much. And don't pull a fast one.
Always getting awards. You all know how deserving you are. So, this is just one of many.
I don't be seeking that stuff. I just want to get the job done. That's right. See, I'm gonna let the old folks. Oh, they get to come up. I couldn't do it without.
You got Cosby? Oh,
We want y'all to take a peek at the table over there. How people perceive old people, but that's not how we are. Thank y'all so much. Oh, 'cause y'all been wanting one. This one right here.
I feel like I've been part of 10 awards for the last.
No, get out, get out,
Yeah,
get out.
so
Yes, I do. You know I do. You know I want to say something. I can never go without talking, you know. You see my Mickey Mouse? Oh, yeah, yeah. We use them when we go to the school and read to the kids. Oh, and you know what I love? I love the cold-blooded. So, good morning, and it is certainly an honor. And if you would just allow me to be authentic and be who I really am, I gotta take a moment and say, I give all honor to God. Because when your heart is fixed, and where's my deputy of the finances? Where's she at? Megan. Where Megan? Megan. Me and Megan just had the conversation, did we not? Where I said, when you're intent on doing what God has told you to do, and I used the example of David. That's how David wrote the 23rd Psalms. God told David to go to, now y'all gonna kick me out because this is government property and government airtime, but tell them it's my truth. But I have to share this with you because these are the things that motivate me. When God told David to go to battle, he said, I'm gonna put you down in the valley. Come on, we don't like the valleys in life. That's when David wrote Psalms 23 while he was walking. He said, yea, though I walk through the valley and the shadows of death, because his enemies were all around him. But if you know that you've been told by God to do something, to change just one life, I say to you, do it. And I don't be, now I love Commissioner Ball, the boys talking about he could just give me, I ain't looking for nothing. And that's what I'm grateful for, because when you do it because your heart is right and you want to change the world. And I'm going to end with my favorite quote by Anne Frank. She was in the German concentration camp. And in her diary, she wrote, how wonderful it is that it only takes one single moment to change the world. Let's change the world, y'all. God bless you. Make sure you look at our display because we're here to change the narrative. That's how they perceive us, as all broke down, grannies that have their head in a bun. Tell me, is my time up, director? This is my other boss. And we want y'all to know, we ain't like that. We hobbling, we broke down, and I told our drivers this morning, we're like the Wiz when the Tin Man said, oil me up, you better oil me up. You better oil me up so I can make it. But we could not do it without a distinguished board of commissioners, leaders in this city who want to reach back. Come on, somebody, y'all need to help me. I need a church right now, huh? Who will reach back and say, we ain't gonna leave them behind. And that's what our commissioners are doing. And please allow me, and thank you for showing me grace, and I appreciate all of you. And please remember to be kind to your elders, your older adults, because we do bring wisdom, wealth, and wellness. Because UARC's tagline is, because everybody is aging. God bless you.
If I could just also give a thank you, at the Office on Aging, among our grant partners, we've created a sense of community. So you see Wes Moore in the audience today, who is with Our Brother's Keeper. But what people may not know is Our Brother's Keeper does yard work for our seniors, but they also transport our seniors. So our UARC team was brought here today by Our Brother's Keeper. And we also have Level Up Land here too to support our seniors. So I just wanted to thank them as well.
Absolutely. Commissioner Boyce, do you have it?
Thank you, Madam President. And Director Wingo, thank you so much for your leadership and allowing us to share a moment with Ms. Shields. I mean, I was joking with her earlier about, I feel like this is like the 10th award she's gotten in the last year or so. But it's really fitting, but more importantly, recognizing your contribution to being a voice for other seniors and for this community. When I think of, life is funny in that you don't know where it's going to take you. You don't know how it's going to shape your mind. And what I'm thinking of, to be clear, my son graduated from college last weekend, and life comes at you fast. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Life comes at you fast. Yes, it does. And before you know it, I remember when he was a child, and today he is an adult. Just graduated from school in L.A. He's moving to San Francisco to take a job, and I feel like it's one of those moments in life that signifies a lot of change in my own life. But it makes me very, very reflective. And what I know for sure, Ms. Shields, is that you're blessed to be a senior. There are so many folks who are no longer with us that life took them way too soon. And so our seniors are here. They have been blessed for a purpose, and that is to share, to continue to teach us, continue to guide us. You all are leading the way on so many levels, because I know when I see your work, the collective group, you called the posse earlier, so when I see the work of the posse, it reminds me of what I'm compelled to do. And the leadership that I have to continue to contribute, in life and be a part of causes that are greater than me as an individual. And that, to me, is what you signify, what you represent. And that, we honored you today, but it's really all of you. Absolutely. It's really all of you. And my mom over here, she's like a mom to me. And everybody has just been, you are tremendous assets to Central Ohio. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you represent. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And hello to baby Bunt Cakes again with us.
I just want to say to Ms. Shields, thank you for all that you do for the community, for our older adults. Thank you to UARC and the posse for being here, for all that you do, because you all don't have to, right? You don't need I say all the time, you don't need a title to be a leader, and you all are leading and continue to lead and continue to teach and give back and change the narrative. That's what you set out to do, and you absolutely are doing that, changing the narrative and how we see our older adults and the value that you all bring and the wealth of knowledge that you all bring it absolutely is invaluable. And it's been fun getting to know you better over the years. I love spending time with you. Your energy is just amazing. And so I echo everything Commissioner Boyce says. I know Commissioner O'Grady is online and shares our sentiments for all that UARC does and that you all do individually and collectively. And so with that, I just want to say thank you. You are more than deserving of this recognition. All right. We will go to our regular agenda, and first we have the auditors. Oh, you know what, before I do that, I do want to say to Level Up Land, and how you all are just like doing transformational work with our older adults and Levels Unlocked. So thank you for all that you're doing. And Wes, I mean, all that you all are doing, you know, you've just been recognized every single week for the outstanding work that you all are doing. And so thank you for taking care of our older adults and making sure that their homes and that their yards and everything is manicured and nice and doing what they can do for themselves. So thank you for your continued advocacy and support. Okay, first, we have the auditor's office.
Resolution number 33125, resolution authorizing a contract with Cred IQ for an enterprise license allowing for access to the repository of data on commercial property sales in the amount of $21,800.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am feeling my age this morning because I forgot my glasses. So
I've been there before.
I'm not really going to read anything. I'm just going to try and remember what is on the paper.
Good luck.
We've all been there before, brother.
Yes. So PR Casey, General Counsel, Deputy Chief of Staff for Auditor Stinziano, fairly blind. We have a contract today, fairly modest, $21,800. It's an enterprise license to assist with commercial real estate appraisal data collection. As I'm sure most people in the room know, the auditor's office is responsible for valuing property in the county, very important. And this service, this database will allow the commercial side of the auditor's appraisal office to gain better access to critical data that is hard to find on our own as far as rent values and sales of commercial properties. And ultimately, we believe will lead to a better valuation for the citizens of Franklin County. Willing to answer any questions, but we do urge passage of the resolution.
Okay. If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 331-25.
Second,
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
yes.
Resolution number 33125 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, drainage engineering.
Resolution number 33225, resolution adopting the Franklin County Drainage Engineers Annual Review of the Capital Improvement Program for Drainage Systems.
Madam Clerk, we have a public hearing for resolution. Oh, no, we don't.
Not yet, Madam
Oh,
President.
sorry. No, we don't.
Morning,
Okay.
Commissioners.
If you want to
and
have a hearing,
administration.
Madam President, we
We
can.
can do whatever
know,
hearing
yeah,
you
whatever
want.
you want.
If you want, we can have one.
That's okay. I'll pass. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. Good morning, Commissioners and administration. This resolution is for drainage engineer and seeks adoption of the 2025 Franklin County Drainage Engineer Office's 10-year capital improvement program for drainage systems. We evaluated the drainage system, and this resolution updates our 10-year program based on urgent need and necessary for projects. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 332-25.
Second,
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
yes.
Resolution number 33225 has been adopted.
Now, Madam Clerk, we have a public hearing for resolution 33325. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
Case Road Storm Sewer Replacement.
I would like to open the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who would like to speak on this public hearing? Seeing none, I would like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 33325, plans approved for the Case Road, Township Road number 1066, Sale Road, Township Road number 1067, Minnie Avenue, Township Road number 1068, and Dresden Street, Township Road number 1069, Storm Sewer Improvements Project, Clinton Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this resolution authorized plan approval for the improvement of the storm sewer along Case Road, Sale Road, Minnie Ave, and Dresden Street, located in northeast Franklin County and Clinton Township. The project is funded through OPWC dollars and seeks to improve drainage along the aforementioned roadways. Construction is anticipated to begin late summer 2025. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 333-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 333-25 has been adopted. Resolution number 334-25, resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to the Shelley Company for the 2025 Franklin County Township Resurfacing Program in the amount of $3,697,662.51.
The 2025 Franklin County Township Resurfacing Program is a collaborative project with 11 townships participating this year. This resolution seeks to award the contract and approve the contract bond to Shelley Company that was selected via the competitive bid process, with the bid opening on April 15, 2025. This is a locally funded project, and our EBE project, our program has been implemented. The EBE goal is 8%. The Shelley Company anticipates exceeding the EBE goal. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 334-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 334-25 has been adopted. Resolution number 335-25, resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to Double Z Construction Company for the 2025 General Bridge Maintenance Program in the amount of $570,164.37.
The General Bridge Maintenance Program is an annual program that assists the engineer staff with the maintenance and upgrades to bridges throughout Franklin County. This resolution seeks to award the contract and approve the contract bond to Double Z Construction Company. Double Z was selected via the competitive bid process, with the bid opening on April 15, 2025. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 335-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 335-25 has been adopted. Resolution number 336-25, report first of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting Roar Road, County Road number 235, from Bixby Road, County Road number 229, to Shook Road, County Road number 234, Hamilton Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
This final resolution seeks compensation for one property owner abutting Rural Road from Bixby Road to Shook Road Improvements Project. This is a collaborative project with the City of Obetz and is funded by OPWC and private development dollars. Located in southeast Franklin County and Hamilton Township, this project seeks to improve Rural Road by providing left turn lanes at Bixby Road and Creekside Parkway, and includes the additional of a two-way left turn lane from Creekside Parkway to a point 375 feet from the Shook Road intersection. We negotiated with the property owner, and compensation is based on appraised fair market value. Pending questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 336-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 336-25 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Next up, Law Library.
Resolution number 337-25, resolution accepting grant funds for the law library from the statewide consortium of county law library resources boards in the amount of $1,174.48.
Good morning, Commissioners and Administration. I'm Jennifer Jones, Law Library Director. The Law Library recently applied for and was awarded a grant from our statewide consortium. By statute, all the county law libraries are a member of this consortium, and every year they offer small grants for projects that would fall outside of the realm of just day-to-day operations. So we were approved for $1,174.48 for the purchase of a scanner, 4 charging stations, 2 updated players for our digital signs, and a standing display rack with accessories. These are all purchases that would either be used by the public, or they would improve the display of information to our public users. So unless you have any questions, we are asking your approval to approve the MOU for these funds. Thank you.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 337-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 337-25 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
Resolution number 33825, resolution authorizing a professional services agreement with the Greater Columbus Convention Center for the provision of venue space and programming support services for the Franklin County Mental Health Empowerment Summit in the amount of $30,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Perla Martinez, DI Administrator with the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. The Greater Columbus Convention Center is a premier event venue located in downtown Columbus, Ohio. Spanning over 1.8 million square feet, it offers versatile spaces for conferences, trade shows, meetings, and conventions. The center features a variety of meeting rooms, exhibit halls, and dining areas, along with modern amenities and advanced technology. With its central location, proximity to hotels, dining, and entertainment, the Greater Columbus Convention Center provides an ideal setting for large-scale events and gatherings. The Greater Columbus Convention Center serves as a catalyst for driving collaboration in attracting and hosting a wide range of events, significantly contributing to the promotion of tourism and visitation in Franklin County and the Greater Columbus area. With its state-of-the-art facilities and expansive space, the center plays a key role in enhancing the region's reputation as a premier destination for conferences and conventions. This agreement is to serve approximately 1,200 youth and adults during the Franklin County Board of Commissioners Mental Health Empowerment Summit. This resolution supports the Rise Together Blueprint Goal Number 9, reducing the overall incidence and racial disparities in occurrences of preventable diseases and trauma, and improving the health of those living with chronic mental, physical, and behavioral health conditions among those struggling financially. And before we ask for your approval of this resolution, here to discuss more about the summit is David Kimbrough, Deputy Director of Strategic Initiatives.
Good morning. Thank you for Commissioners, Madam President, County Administration. Just again, and I don't count it as labor to get up and talk about mental health for our county and the things that we're going to be doing in that space for the summit on May 19th. And so again, I'm going to say that date, May 19th, May 19th, May 19th. Make sure that you all are there. But the Convention Center is hosting this event so that we can bring awareness and have resources and community involvement when we think about mental health in Franklin County. And so this is going to be an event for everyone to take part in, especially from 3 to 8 p.m. Be there. And take advantage of all the things. There'll be some great national speakers there. There'll be some local speakers there. Those who have have their own mental health journeys that they want to have conversation about. But more than that, there are going to be clinicians in the place in order for people to make connection, which I think is one of the greatest things that's going to happen on that day. And so outside of that, if you guys, again, 3 to 8, Monday, May 19th, be in the place. I know that we have a special convening for our seniors and our youth in the morning from 9. And so big ups to Director Wingo in the back. She put that together, right? And so, right, I see you. And so we just want to make sure that we have a special convening for them at from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they'll be doing some great things, and there'll be a great intergenerational convening for them. And I'm excited to see what that's going to mean for our community. And so if you guys don't have any questions, or I'm here to answer any questions that you have.
Madam President, I just wanted to add that, we've had a series of soul talks leading up to this Empowerment Summit. And Ms. Shields and the posse were very much helpful with us around guardianship care. And we're very much a part of that process, and Director Wingo also. And I think the underlying message is that hopefully there's something for everyone. Hopefully there's something for everyone. And I just want to publicly acknowledge Commissioner Crawley. I'm not sure that she realizes how much of an inspiration for this, for me, that she's been. And I was saying this to the staff the other day, how, it takes a lot of courage sometimes to have these conversations publicly, but what you often don't see is how it might empower somebody else. And it might give them the bravery or the courage to stand up. And so the underlying message of the summit, the Empowerment Summit, is to empower everybody with that same, that's why it's called the Empowerment Summit, is to empower everyone with the courage to say something, to say I need help, to say that I'm not okay, to say that can you support me this way? And out of it are so many things that are coming. like I said, we have something for everyone, but one of the things I'm really excited about is sort of our resource yellow pages, if you will, so that people can, in their own privacy of their home, take that book or download that book and see where their needs can be addressed and supported. And you know, this will be the first version. It's not been updated a long time. We work very closely with Adam H. Board to do this, and so I suspect that it'll get better over time, and that will really create something that can have a real meaningful impact. But I wanted to just acknowledge Commissioner Crawley, because while I've kind of been the person out front leading the conversation, she may not understand how much of an inspiration that she's been in this conversation. And so I wanted to acknowledge that, and we're gonna acknowledge that at the event too. But so again, the underlying message is this is about empowering you. The idea of making you the best you that you can be, which makes Franklin County the best place that it can be.
Absolutely.
And so, and David, I want to acknowledge you. You've been just steadfast and work along with my staff, Chelsea and Katie, and some of the other folks that are newer. But I think this is going to be a really meaningful and impactful day. And what we've also coming out of this is an advocacy effort on the legislative side to really push healthcare companies to for healthcare parity, for coverage parity, so that you can get your mental health services covered like your physical health services are covered. And that's something that we haven't gotten to in American healthcare system yet, and we're working toward that. And so David and Aaron and the whole crew, man, have just been amazing to work with. We've all grown in this process.
Absolutely.
And at DCA Bivens, again, we're far away from the conference, and she knows I'm gonna be freaking out from here to the 19th, trying to pull it all together. But I'm confident we're doing something that's moving the needle. We do all these things, and there's you get awards or things. We get these things, but every now and then there are things that really change lives and impact people, and I believe this is one of them. And so, David, thank you to our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office. Thank you for investing in this and being a part of leading the way. And May 19th is the day. And I hope everybody in this room, I think DCA Bivens, we've got it so that county employees can go to, what's the protocol there?
Yes, so if you have time, and your folks have time, and it will not disrupt operations, if you're a county employee, the county staff is able to attend, but they must clear it through their supervisors and the persons they report directly to, provided they have that time bank to do that, and that operations will not be disrupted between those hours of business. We are asking you not just for you to apply, communities, county staff, but if you know someone who is going through a relationship issue, someone who just kind of not been themselves, if you know anyone, we're going to ask you not just to register yourself, but find someone else to bring with you between 3 and 8. There will be breakout sessions from 3 to 5:30. Dinner will be served at 6.
Yes.
There will be a panel at 6 with Commissioner Boyce and the national guest speakers. Maurice Claret will be with us, as well as Wallow and Gilly. The website, because we're all now one Franklin County, thank you, Dave DeCenter and Juan and Adam, go to franklincountyohio.gov, and you can see where you will need to register. The registration is free. Please make sure that you register someone for this day. Franklin County Commissioners are designated this Mental Health Day. This is an opportunity to take care of your mental health.
Yeah, if I might just add, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. Thank you for recognizing me, Commissioner Boyce. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. But I really want to say thank you. I said it, I think, last week. But for everybody here, thank you for leading the conversation around this. People are absolutely looking for a resource. People are looking to feel like they are not alone in their journey, that there are people who they can relate to, that that understand what they may or may not be going through. This isn't just for someone if you are going through something, if you're not okay. If you're not okay, it's okay to not be okay. And this is a resource for you, even if you think you are okay. This is a resource for you. There will be, as you heard, breakout sessions, but it's an opportunity to be in community with others, right? To learn about your own mental health, to be connected. I say, going to a therapist, I see my therapist every Monday and Friday, it's important, whether you feel good or whether you don't. A therapist isn't just there for the hard times. They're there in the good times as well. And they are there to give you tools and equip you with skills and develop those skills to cope with life on life's terms. We all are human beings having a human experience, right? And that it comes with its own challenges. But, whatever it is that you may be going through the highs and the lows, there is someone that will be there at the summit to meet you where you are. And that's what we are here for, always, is trying to find opportunities to connect. So thank you for leading this. Thank you for putting this together. Thank you, David and the team, for all that you are doing. I'm absolutely looking forward to this summit. And we'll talk more about mental health awareness next week in general session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. And pending any comments or questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Before I move for passage, I do want to acknowledge Commissioner Grady, I think, is on the line, and I know he's been very supportive in this work as well, and been very much an advocate to support this work going. So I just wanted to acknowledge that as well. If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 338-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 338-25 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Next, we have economic development and planning.
Resolution number 339-25. Resolution authorizing the county administrator to execute an agreement with the Greater Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau Incorporated to promote Franklin County as a tourism destination in the amount of $2,775,000.
Good morning, Commissioners, County Administration. Emmanuel Torres, Assistant Director of Economic Development and Planning. The Greater Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau, Inc., which does business as Experience Columbus, displays the best of the Columbus and Franklin County experience to the world. Its mission is to sell, market, and promote the Columbus and Franklin County destination experience to visitors. This resolution seeks your approval to authorize the 2025 partner contract with the Greater Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau, Inc., to deliver an aggressive, integrated convention sales and marketing plan, a comprehensive guest service and marketing program, and a regional and national destination sales and marketing campaign. Joining us today, we have Brian Ross, President and CEO of the Greater Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we also have Linda Logan, CEO and President of the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, to share some remarks relevant to this resolution.
Thank you. Good morning. First, I'd just like to point out, I want to be a part of that group. I mean, as vibrant and fun as they are, it's just enough. We'll be talking. That was a lot of fun, so congratulations.
I got news for you. You are a part of that group, my friend. Yeah, you are a part of that group, my friend.
Appreciate you pointing that out. I was just trying to acknowledge so they'd let me in when I, go over and have those
Just want to make it
conversations.
official. You want to make it
So,
official.
Yeah, exactly. Particularly if I get a pair of shoes like that. We're in. Hello and thank you, President Crawley, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, Administrator Wilson, and the entire county administration for having us here today. I'm Brian Ross, President and CEO of Experience Columbus. We are the destination marketing organization for our region. Joining me is Linda Logan. You'll hear from her in a minute. She has a lot of great things to talk about. But I also want to give a big congratulations for what I thought was a very successful State of the County luncheon. So congratulations to you, your team, everybody that was a part of it. Today I'll share some highlights from 2024 as well as a look ahead. Then Linda will give some updates from the Sports Commission standpoint. Experience Columbus is dedicated to growing the travel economy and enhancing the visitor experience in Franklin County. First, we'd like to thank you for all that you do to support our organization and the travel economy. Having a thriving travel economy is critical to Franklin County. Annually, visitors make more than 53 million trips to Greater Columbus, spending $8.2 billion and supporting more than 85,000 jobs. That's 1 in every 13 jobs in Franklin County. 90% of that visitor spend comes from visitors 50 miles or more outside of our community. That means new money coming from outside our community and staying right here to support critical community needs. And for every $1 invested in Experience Columbus and the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, nearly $14 goes back into the community. We accomplished so much in 2024, thanks in great part to your investment. We launched our new brand campaign, Yes, Columbus, aimed at growing awareness of Central Ohio as a must-visit travel destination. The campaign resulted in 200 million impressions, and data shows that of those who saw the Experience Columbus advertisements, visitors stayed 39% longer than those who did not see the ads. We hosted a total of 435 conventions, trade shows, and sporting events. The African Methodist Episcopal Church's 52nd quadrennial session of the General Conference, which we hosted in August, became the largest convention held in the city's history, setting unprecedented records in both direct visitor spend and reserved room nights, with 15,000 attendees filling more than 22,000 hotel rooms and having an estimated $15 million in direct visitor spend. We also hosted the Public Library Association's annual conference in April, which was attended by 8,700 people and represented $10.4 million in direct visitor spend. And Delta Sigma Theta brought their Midwest Regional Conference to Columbus. 4,000 visitors attended this, and it represented $3 million in direct visitor spend. Overall bed tax collections for 2024 totaled more than $59 million, which is up 8% over 2023. We continue our community programming, including our Diversity Apprentice Program, which provides paid, hands-on opportunities for those who identify as BIPOC in the travel industry, organizations, and businesses. 3 apprentices who worked at the Columbus Clippers, Columbus Museum of Art, and the Junto graduated from the program in 2024. In total, we've had 24 apprentices that have completed the program since it began. That would not have happened without the commitment from the Franklin County Commissioners, so thank you. Last year, we also announced a major win for the community. We will once again host the American Society of Association Executives, ASAE, and their annual meeting and exposition in 2030. This is referred to as the Super Bowl of meetings. This will mark the city's second time hosting the prestigious event, following the successful event in 2019. And a big thank you to Commissioner Boyce for being a part of that pitch in DC when we won the group coming back. So thank you. So
It
Linda
was
will
all
take
my presence that did that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kidding.
When we left, they're like, right there.
Yeah,
That's the
that guy,
gentleman
that's
that
why we're
won
coming.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to have Linda step up.
Thank you, commissioners, administrators. So happy to be here. Again, congratulations to all the good work being done in the community. We're all awfully proud of you. So sports had a great year in 2024. It was our biggest ever in the history of the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. We brought in 97 events that generated a direct spend of $182 million. So exciting times for us since our founding in 2002. We were also named in the top 10 by Sports Business Journal for cities to host sporting events, which was another big honor. The year started, of course, with the U.S. Figure Skating Championships here for the very first time, where over 60,000 tickets were sold and great viewership from across the country, and they are hoping to come back here in 2030. We ended the year, of course, with the Buckeyes playing in the first ever playoff system and on home campuses. So from January to December, there was so much going on. We had the summer of soccer with the MLS All-Star Game and some of the friendlies with some of the Premier Leagues. We also had 6,000 fencers that were here over July 4th holiday for the USA Fencing Championships, another event that has been here on a rotating basis. We also saw 3 or 4 NCAA championships that were here from men's gymnastics, Division III women's basketball, and then, of course, we also had USA Volleyball here. They usually try to get here every couple of years. Then we also had some big news at the end of the year where we were awarded the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, first and second rounds that will be here in 2028, and also the NCAA Women's Volleyball will be coming back in 2027 to join the Women's Final Four that will be also here. So a big year for women's sports in 2027, which will also complement the great work that Mayor Ginther and Shannon Ginther have just launched about being one of the best cities in America for girls and women in sports. So we're excited to have all of those things happening. And then also just last weekend, you all supported the Black Girls Run that was here as part of the Cap City Half Marathon. So we've already kicked off the year with some great events. So we couldn't do it without you. Appreciate all your great work on our behalf, so thank you all.
Thank you. Did you have anything? Did you have any comments?
Okay, yeah, thanks, okay. Were you saying something else?
If you have any questions, pending any, we respectfully request the approval of the resolution.
Sure. I just want to thank you, Madam President. Again, I just wanted to point out to the listening public that we see that all of those things are fabulous, from the investment in women's sports to the big conventions that come here and share our community with us, even if temporarily. But really, this is an economic decision for us. I don't want to speak for my colleague, but I know they think very economically. We all think about things that generate revenue so that we can carry out the services and the resources that make Central Ohio a great place to live, work, and raise a family. Whether it's our Department of Aging, where we are working closely to make sure that this is a livable community for everyone and for our seniors in particular, or the engineering services that ensure that when you drive over a overpass, that it's safe, and that our roadways are clear and clean, and that you're able to navigate all aspects of Franklin County. The reason why we're able to do that is because generally of sales tax, which we receive. When for example, to use what you said, you talk about the Delta Sigma Theta sorority coming to town and generating $3 million of revenue, and I assume that's partially bed tax, partially sales tax, and other spending that occurs. And all of those things allow us to carry out the services. And to me, this is simply an economic and financial investment in Franklin County. On top of that, the cherry on top of the cake is that we get to highlight a wonderful community to live, work, and play in that we experience every single day. But when folks come to town, it's always a joy to see how surprised and delighted they are to experience Central Ohio, and probably find nothing more gratifying than when someone comes to Central Ohio for the first time and they're like, oh my gosh, I never knew. This is amazing. This is wow. This is this. And then they go out and spend. They want to go try the food. They want to go experience COSI or whatever it is. And that's what allows us to be this great community. And so when I think of the mantra, every resident, every day, these are the type of things that the public doesn't often see that undergird our ability to carry that mantra out. And so to me, Madam President, I know she agrees with me. I know Commissioner Grady's on the line, agrees with it. This is an economic decision for us. This is an investment and we get our return on our investment is a very simple equation that works for everyone. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you represent. And, you know, one little point about the women's sports, I had the pleasure of going to a couple of the Fury matches for women's volleyball, and it's freaking amazing. It's outstanding in the following, and it just really speaks to the culture here in Central Ohio of sports in general. There's a lot of room. I think Mayor Ginther's onto something. There's a lot of room and appetite to promote sports in Central Ohio. And to me, it's not about men or women, it's sports. And if you love sports, you love watching women's sports, you love watching men, you like competition. And that's what it is. And when you see the women's volleyball, professional women's volleyball team, I feel like they're all like 6'9", because they come out and it's like they're intimidating, man. You know, but they play with such fierceness and such strength and technique. It's amazing to watch. And so, but maybe I'm slowly becoming one of my favorite sports to watch, volleyball. And so I know we got a volleyball aficionado over here to my left. So thank you for what you do. This is an economic investment. It's a no-brainer. Makes sense.
Yeah, the only thing I would add, thank you, Commissioner Boyce, absolutely agree with you. And when you speak for us, it is an economic investment. But I also wanted to highlight and just add to their comments, that's why you also see the board really invest in housing and homelessness, right? And some of the other investments that we make. In order to make a good pitch or have people come here, they want to be able to feel safe. They want to also not see people be unhoused on our streets. And they want to know that this is a place where they can come and people are taken care of in all aspects of life. And that's why you see not just this type of investment, but when we invest in housing or in the Affordable Housing Trust or the Community Shelter Board and in organizations like that or our shelter system, is because we know that how that plays into tourism as well, and just being a good neighbor and making sure that those that are unhoused are taken care of and have a safe place to lay their head at night. And so that also goes to our economic engine and drivers as well. So I just wanted to add that. And then I would say to Linda Logan, if there's an opportunity to get professional women's basketball team, I would love to see that here. I think this is a great place to have something like that. So no pressure, but I know it's probably a conversation you've already had. So thank you for all that you do, that you all are doing to put Columbus on the map, to make Franklin County a known county, a growing county, and all the wonderful things that we have to offer here. You take that other places and do the pitch, and thank you, Commissioner Boyce, for making that pitch and bringing ASAE here. Again, that was no easy feat. And so I just want to say just a level of gratitude for all that you all do on behalf of the county to make us look good and shine. Thank you. Yes, Administrator Wilson.
Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. I think we had, and Linda will correct me, I think we had a women's professional team that won every championship while that league was in existence, the Columbus Quest. So they was totally undefeated championship-wise. So we would love to get the WNBA and see what we do with that, because it's such a fan drawing. One of the things I want to credit you all, and it's been a community effort, is our resiliency. During COVID, we saw our travel and tourism, like many places, went nowhere because we couldn't have individuals be a part of our hospitality industry. But now we've bounced back from pre-COVID levels. In 2023, we was at $8.2 billion in direct annual visitor spending. And I don't know, this looks like it's pretty ambitious to grow that by 2.2 more billion by the end of 2025, if I'm understanding our metrics right. So good luck in that feat to pull that off. We really will be doing something, but getting groups like ASAE back, I'm ready for the women's Final Four return in 2027. I know that's going to be quite the event. So we can continue to do big things. And as Commissioner Boyce and President Crowley has highlighted, this is a economic development investment, and there is ROI on these investments because visitors spending, hotels, sales tax are the backbone of the county's ability to be able to serve our residents. So I'd like to thank you, Brian. You standing next to a Hall of Famer in Linda Logan. She's become a Hall of Famer in the sport while she's still in the game, no pun intended. So that's quite an honor. But thank you for allowing me to speak, President Crowley.
Absolutely, and I know Commissioner O'Grady is online and wants to speak. Commissioner O'Grady?
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Can you hear me?
A little louder, please, Commissioner, but you are there.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
We can only see the top of your head.
Yeah, we can see the
Oh.
top of your head and your glasses, so you might want to move your camera down a little bit.
nobody
so.
needs to be able to see me anyway this morning, so it's okay. I wasn't looking to unmute my video, so. Anyway, so what I wanted to, a couple things I wanted to say. First of all, congratulations and thank you to both of my colleagues for all the work that they're doing on in the area of mental health and all the work that they've been doing. I'm very proud of both Commissioner Boyce and Commissioner Crowley for all the work that they're doing in that world and all the things that they've been doing. It's very, very gratifying to see the work that they're doing in that regard, number one. Number two, in this conversation that we're having right now, for years, Franklin County has been investing in our travel economy first and foremost, but also in the area of sports and youth sports. And for anybody out there that's wondering why it is that we do this and why it is that we're so interested in making this type of investment, this type of an investment, I just continue to say and continue to believe that one, the ROI on this investment is huge for us because the dollars that come back to Franklin County for us to be able to invest in all the other things that we do is huge. An investment in sports, in terms of the return that comes back in terms of the dollars from the heads and beds and all the things that Brian and in particular the things that Linda are working on, the return on those investments are huge. And so whether it's girls sports in general, I've been a big proponent of the fact that when you invest in sports, the return on those dollars comes back to the county in particular because of the sales tax investment in a big way, and it allows for us to be able to do all the things that we do and all the things that DCA Bivens does day in and day out on a regular basis. And so Administrator Wilson and I have had this conversation over and over and over again in all the years that we've been working together. And so I will shout from the rooftops as long as I'm a commissioner about how important it is for us to invest in the travel economy and how important it is for us to invest in sports So, sorry, just wanted to come off mute, even if I'm not all that great at being able to do it.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yeah, thanks, Commissioner Grady. I know you want to be here, but we hope you're doing okay where you are. That being said, if there are no further comments or questions, let me also acknowledge Jessica Sullivan, one of our former employees here at the county. Good to see you back as always. And she's really been able to help us connect the dots between the work that we're doing here at the county and this work that our Traveler and Visitors Bureau carries out for us to promote Central House. So thank you. Good to see you. If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 339-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 339-25 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sid.
Thank you so much.
Resolution number 340-25, case number ANX-12-25, review of a petition to annex 1.117 acres, more or less, from Sharon Township to the City of Columbus.
You forgot you had one more.
I'm knocking on that age group myself. Good morning again.
Good morning.
This resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition. The area to be annexed, as described in the petition, includes two parcels located at 7823 and 7825 Flint Road. The City of Columbus has passed an ordinance indicating that services will be provided once the annexation is provided or approved. My apologies. The petition does meet all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code. And pending any questions, I respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 340-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 340-25 has been adopted.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Have a good one. Next up, Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 342-25, resolution approving general revenue and TANF subaward agreements with multiple community partners for the Franklin County Ready to Earn Youth Empowerment Program in the amount of $1,384,612.70.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Carmen Barnes, Assistant Director, Job and Family Services. Commissioners, when you declare gun violence a public health crisis, you also lifted up the need for community programming, especially for youth during out-of-school time. You recognize that engaging youth and young adults in enrichment activities, such as workforce preparation, training, and employment services, can provide our young residents with positive alternatives to social isolation and other challenges impacting mental health and wellness. This is why we are grateful for your continued support and investment in our Ready to Earn Summer Youth Employment Programming. Youth participating in our 2025 programming will receive training in the essential workplace behaviors, including punctuality, professionalism, teamwork, and 21st century workplace skills, such as critical thinking and communication. This year's program, again, will feature two tracks. The first track will provide high school-age youth with the opportunity to participate in work-based learning programs designed to explore careers in technology, engineering, project management, and the arts. Or they have the opportunity to engage in traditional work experiences with government, nonprofit, and private sector organizations. The second track is for youth ages 18 through 21, and they have the opportunity to participate in pre-apprenticeship training programs in the automotive, building and construction trades, transportation, non-clinical healthcare, and logistics industries. The programs vary in length from 4 to 6 weeks, and participants have the opportunity to earn wages of up to $15 an hour. This resolution supports agreements with 3 of the 6 community partners offering the Ready to Earn program this summer. And they are Godman Guild Association, Lead the Way Learning Academy, and the St. Stephen's Community House. Through this resolution, 305 youth and young adults will be afforded the opportunity to develop the essential skills needed to succeed in the workplace while earning wages to help meet their basic needs. Joining us today, we have Milan Campbell, who participated in the Ready to Earn program for the past 2 summers with the Lead the Way Learning Academy, to tell us a bit about his experience and what he's doing now as a result of the program.
Wonderful.
Milan?
Good morning, commissioners and administrators of the county. My name is Milan Campbell, and I'm here to just express how I've been through the Ready to Learn program. 2023, when I was actually, let's start before. All of high school, I was like, what am I finna do when I graduate? Like, I had no plan at all. I was like really smart. I did AP, college credits, even did college classes. And sometimes I felt shaky on whether I want to go to college or not. And I was in the AMP program, also provided by the Ready to Learn. And it taught me leadership skills, public speaking that I'm doing now. And in 2023, I did my first internship. It was through podcasting and event planning. And I was blessed to host that event. And we networked with a lot of CEOs of different companies and gave out awards to people who were also part of that program, like construction, electrical, phlebotomy, even mental health classes. So I was blessed to do that for them. And I ended up not doing anything in regards to that. I still felt lost. I didn't know what to do. So I went again. And I ended up doing construction. And now I'm a construction worker as a concrete finisher. And I've contributed to the community. I've done 2 buildings, one Google data center and one Amazon data center I'm doing right now. And I really like this job. And even now, you know, I'm not fully knowing of where I want to be in life, but I have like a goal now because I've connected with people in the industry, even electricians and people who work machineries, and they've helped and talked to me about what to do. I'm so young. I'm only 19 years old, so I have a lot of room to grow, and I think through this Ready to Earn program that we can help guide the younger generation, because sometimes we feel stuck and trapped in the life that we grow up in, and I feel like, you know, this helps me escape and find my path in life, and that's about it.
All right, congratulations.
Madam President, thank you. So tell me, Milan, what does a concrete finisher do? Like, I don't know the job.
So I'm also a laborer, so we build forms like using wood, rebar, and then we pour the concrete, which
Okay.
is like the slab of what
Okay.
you are standing on right now. And as a concrete finisher, I make sure that it's level, flat, and it doesn't crack, anything like that. So
Okay.
yeah, make sure it's sturdy so nothing breaks.
Outstanding. Yeah, that's outstanding. I love that you said I love the job I'm doing right now. It's nothing like loving what you're doing and feeling like you are having some type of impact. Like you say, it's the floor you're standing on now, you know, and sometimes those things are overlooked. One thing I just want to say to you, you are a very good voice of why we make these types of investments. You are, there's something about you that really just jumps out. And to me, there's a message that anyone that might be watching or listening, another 19-year-old or a 17-year-old, like when you started, might be encouraged and pick up something from you. So don't underestimate the power of what your presence and your success does for others. And so I just want to encourage you to continue to stay along this path. I love that you kind of say you're still figuring it out. My 22-year-old, he feels like he had figured it all out already. So I feel like you're ahead of the game because you know you still figured it out. And so you're going to go a long way, young man. And thank you for coming here and sharing that with us, because it allows us to continue to pour into this kind of advocacy so that others get to be and do what you did. And that's, you know, you said you started off doing the podcast internship and working with companies, and now you're doing some construction work. And now you're starting to create a range for yourself, a range that you can lead and contribute in a variety of areas. And so just know that, you know, you're 19 now, but one day you'll be 25. Another day you'll be 30, and all these things add up to the special human being that you are and going to be. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I echoed that, yeah.
Those claps are for you, man.
Thank you.
I echo that. I was gonna say I'm still trying to figure it out, so you're way ahead of me. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. But congratulations to you, and thank you for being willing to come down here and share what the Academy and Ready to Earn has done for you and for your life, and the impact that you're having already. As Commissioner Boyce says, you don't know who you are inspiring with your story. And I'm so happy that you've gotten to work, like you're building your own portfolio, right? You can start your own business. You can do so many things with the skills and tools that you have. And I just see success, and I'm inspired by you. So thank you for being willing to come down and share all that you're doing and how this has made a difference in your life. And it just goes to show another opportunity for us to just highlight why we make these investments. We're investing in people. We invest in purpose, right? I always say it's service, progress, excellence, but giving opportunity to be great and to have your gifts and talents be shared with all of us. So thank you for being a model.
Thank you.
Commissioner Mann.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator. Thank you so much, young sir, for sharing your story. But I want to make sure also for those who will see this later and those who are in the audience now, this generous Board of Commissioners make these decisions, and they want to, if as much as they can, reach every youth for a wonderful opportunity, as one mentioned. Unfortunately, due to a lot of the budget cuts that we've experienced on a federal and state level, these opportunities are limited. So for the last several weeks, they've given me permission. I'm knocking on everyone's door. If you are a small business owner and you have money in your budget to provide an internship for a young person, please do it. Please do it. During the summertime, that is many times when young people, unfortunately, idle time, like my grandma said, idle time, idle mind, or idle mind, idle time. But many times, there's a lot of times young folks don't have anything to do, but they're looking for an opportunity. And if you take on the mindset of, kids these days, and it takes a lot for them, you cannot be what you cannot see. If you have not been exposed to it, we as a more mature generation have an obligation to make sure that we are investing in the next generation. And just last night, there was a young man, I called someone, and I said to them, hey, I found an opportunity for you. I think this is going to be good. I called his mentor / father. It was one of our homeless youth. And I got a phone call back about 9:30, and it was Wes Ashley who said, when I told him that he was going to have a job opportunity, he broke down and he cried. Many times, kids who work in the summer times, unfortunately, those who are working in impoverished communities, those paychecks go to support their households. It's something that we don't advertise, but we know it. So I'm asking you, if you can please, if you know a business who can provide an opportunity, shout out to Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority. I asked them for $1 million. They gave us $100. That's going to go to one of our nonprofits to support some of our youth in public housing. But if you are a business owner, please, please make sure that if you have it in your budget, 10, 15 hours a week, please support our young folks. The commissioners can only do what they can do with the limited resources that we have.
Thank you.
If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 342-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 342-25 has been adopted. Resolution number 343-25, resolution approving a TANF subboard agreement with TechCore Ohio for the Franklin County Ready to Earn Youth Employment Program in the amount of $525,000.
So Commissioners, in January, you authorized a partnership with our agency and TechCore Ohio to support youth technology programming. TechCore's Computer Career Corps program is designed to strengthen high school students' computer science skills. It introduces students to the real world of work and a variety of in-demand occupations in the field of technology. And in response to the need for increased youth engagement during the summer months, we are looking to amend our agreement with TechCore to offer paid summer internships that focus on tech-based learning. This summer will be a part of our Ready to Earn summer experience, and TechCore will offer courses covering topics such as algorithms, app development, web development, cybersecurity, data analytics, mathematics, and more. And they will offer internships to 50 Franklin County students in grades 9 and 10 over the summer. This resolution also supports goal number 11 of the Rise Together Blueprint Plan, and pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 343-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 34325 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have purchasing.
Resolution number 34625, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $9,106,882.99.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing. And joining me is Andrina Austin, Economic Equity Administrator for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This resolution, Commissioners request your approval of 78 purchase orders. The County Auditor has pre-certified available funding, and Andrina has the supplier diversity data.
Thank you, Megan. Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. 8 of the purchase orders being presented are being awarded to small and emerging businesses to total $701,746.73. These awards are dispersed as follows: 4% to small and emerging businesses and 6% to women-owned businesses. Once approved, 4 agencies will provide equitable and inclusive opportunities to small businesses this week, and these agencies are the Court of Common Pleas, the Engineer's Office, Job and Family Services, and the Sheriff's Department. Year-to-date, Franklin County Board of Commissioner agencies have awarded 219 purchase orders to small and emerging businesses to total $14,585,596.93, and pending any questions or comments, we respectfully request your approvals.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 346-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 34625 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next up, Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 34825, resolution authorizing the county administrator to execute lien releases, agreements, and related documents that have been approved to form by the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy County Administrator. This is, in essence, a companion to prior resolutions authorizing the county administrator to execute certain real estate documents, such as site access agreements, rights of entry, temporary use agreements. But those resolutions did not include the authority for lien release documents. Lien releases and other related documents are often tied to time-sensitive real estate transactions. The process for review of lien release is extensive and well-documented, and the safeguards for the county administrator authority have been added to this resolution. Therefore, this resolution would allow the county administrator to execute lien release documents and related instruments as long as they have been approved to form by the prosecuting attorney's office, and would require the clerk to journalize quarterly a summary of all actions taken by the county administrator. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval of this resolution.
Yeah, why, sorry, Madam President?
Yes, sure.
Why the change?
We have seen two reasons for the change. One is lien releases in terms of expediency for certain real estate transactions, and secondly, we have seen a number of items with the economic development and planning process with lien releases, and we have now worked extensively with the prosecuting attorney's office to develop a checklist of those items so that we can still report out to the board in terms of all of the lien releases that have been executed in a quarterly fashion, but felt like this was, pending the feedback from the board in conversation, that this would be the most expedient but also very safe way to do it with the safeguards put in place in terms of the documentation that still is presented to the board quarterly, outlining every single lien release and the safeguards that were put in place by the prosecuting attorney's office, but be more efficient from that perspective.
But DCA Long, what I'm also hearing, though, you say is that, and you're essentially removing the process from the commissioners and authorizing the administrator to sign off on what we would just be doing ultimately. But I don't want to lose sight of sort of the underlying issue of what, when we get to the liens that we were talking about, that we had a lot of question around that process. And so while I don't mind expediting that, because that becomes just bureaucratic nonsense, paperwork and things, and it just kind of piles up, and there could be implications to someone on a financial level because of that delay. And so I get it, but I just say this again, I don't like subjugating the authority of the revised code to review that, because there could be unique cases. There could be special circumstances that I think the commissioner should weigh in on. I can't think of an example right this second, but I don't want to lose the ability to link with the administrator. So maybe to resolve this, is this a permanent resolution, or is this, because when we do these, I would prefer them to
Sure.
be done for this calendar year, and then we re-up the different considerations, because I don't want to lose, again, the review authority, because maybe it doesn't work long term. Maybe because we're changing this new, maybe we want to go back to being in the loop. And I don't know if Commissioner Grady or Commissioner Crawley feel the same way. They may not, but I just want to be thoughtful about.
Understood. Commissioner Dolan.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this all, I continue to say this, that I have a problem, or I don't feel comfortable abdicating authority on different resolutions, and I'm always for time limited.
We can absolutely do two things, Commissioners. We can either postpone this, or we can amend it to include a sunset for December 31st of this calendar year, and come back so amend this resolution so it sunsets December 31st of this calendar year, and revisit it to see if it has worked as we have believe it can be intended to do so. So whatever your pleasure is, Commissioners.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious as to what Commissioner O'Grady's thoughts are too, because it sounds like Commissioner Crawley and I are on the same page. But my personal preference would be, I just want to make sure we have it clear. The compromise would be to sunset it, and then we review it again. But I'm also okay with taking a step back, just so we understand, because I think our questions were really geared at the lien process itself, as opposed to the process of approving them when they come to the county. I know we get all frustrated seeing them, but I at least feel in the loop about what's going on, so I don't run into somebody at the grocery store and there's some issue, that I'm unaware of. So, but I'd love to hear Madam President, Commissioner O'Grady's thoughts too, if he wants to chime in. Maybe not.
And Commissioners, we are happy to do whatever the two of you want. And I apologize if we misunderstood some of the commentary. We wanted to always keep you in the loop on every single one of these actions, but also to be efficient for your time and the process as well. So apologies if this is not the direction, but happy to either postpone or add the sunset clause if that makes sense, and revisit at the end of this calendar year to see if it has worked as you wish it to. So completely at the direction of the board.
We keep, Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. Question, President Crowley. We have a chart that has the sunset dates on various authorizations. How does that align with 152-24 and 916-24? I would take it that those are germane, and and the timing should be aligned with that. Could we pull that up, or do we have access to that?
Yes, we'll pull that up.
Are you speaking, Janine Hummer, First Assistant, on behalf of Prosecutor Favor? If you're speaking on the real estate resolution, I can pull that up, but I'm not sure that one had a sunset because those were transactional devices. On this one, it would be very easy to amend this resolution to include an effective date of December 31st, 2025. There would be a motion for that amendment, a second, and it would be automatically included.
And if I may add, Commissioners, Rochelle Pride, Interim Director, Economic Development and Planning. I will own lifting this as a plausible solution to working through some of the procedural and systematic things that we have tried to work to improve in the processing for residents and for the lien release backlog itself. There is significant things that we wanted to make sure for the reflection of the board, for the reflection of economic development and planning, that those things were being moved forward timely, but also, again, definitely want to ensure that we are not going around or mitigating any authority that you would have in that process. The goal, again, initially is just to ensure that we have documentation and those matters are being addressed based on the information that we've attained to date. Thank you.
I want to make sure everyone absolutely comfortable with this because I'm currently in this position, so I'm comfortable. I think we should table this and put the date in there, and postpone it and put the date in there. That would either be at the end of 12/31 of this calendar year, or leave this carve out as is.
I think that would be simpler, just to
Yeah.
make sure we're,
Yeah, just to
everyone.
I want to make sure we're right.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that we've got the date that makes sense, that's consistent. So
Absolutely.
if there's a, we can just have a motion to postpone and bring it back at a.
Commissioner O'Grady has his
Oh, I
hand raised.
apologize.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I apologize. I was on a call and I wasn't paying close enough attention. So if you're looking for my input, I'd have to be brought up to speed. I apologize.
Anybody want to do the summary?
So,
DCA? Oh,
Yes,
sorry. I'm sorry, I
Go ahead, go ahead.
apologize.
Commissioner, we have a resolution in front of you that would, in essence, authorize the county administrator to execute lien releases in certain documents with a journalization quarterly. And there's some conversation appropriately about whether there was a sunset to this or not, and always, again, appropriately, a consideration of what authority is granted to the county administrator versus being held continually by the board. And so a conversation is to either postpone this while we look at the concurrent sunset clause, or an amendment today to have a expiration of this resolution at the end of this calendar year. I think the general sense that I believe that we've been talking about, and the county administrator himself weighed in on, is to postpone, table in essence, but postpone the resolution and come back and make sure that we have a sunset provision at the end of this calendar year that's consistent with other resolutions, just to make sure that everyone is comfortable with the approach. And again, commissioners, we do not want to do anything that you're uncomfortable with, too. So we do not need to go forward with this resolution at all either. And so, in all honesty, we want to do what the direction of the board is, absolutely. And so, if there is a desire to postpone it, we can come back with a sunset clause provision and decide, you can decide, obviously, whether you wish to go forward at all with the resolution.
Commissioners, I also want to answer the question that was brought forward, 916-24, which is the companion resolution that deals with right-of-way and real estate transaction, does have a sunset provision of December 31st, 2025. So that is a companion resolution that really carved out lien releases, and this really puts them back in.
Okay.
I will also share, and I think Director Pride will, there are a number of lien releases that are right now waiting for action by the commissioners that deal with real estate transactions. We will have to go back to those requesters about the delay because of an assumption that this, yeah.
So it would only make sense that it was tied to that sunset date. Thank you for providing that answer.
Yeah, I mean, Madam President, my thoughts would be, and I understand the urgency that's needed for some of those folks, but I'd rather make a decision fully informed, and I'd rather feel very confident about the actions and setting. And I think we should be just thoughtful and not do anything in a, if we're not, as you said, DCA Bivens, if we're not long, if we're not comfortable. So my suggestion, Madam President, would be to move to postpone for a week and bring a little more clarification and put it on for the next week's agenda.
And we'll add that clause. We will also add the clause that you have requested that it applies to the current county administrator.
Great. Yeah, but, okay, if there are no further comments or questions, move to postpone for 1 week.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 34825 has been postponed.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Madam Clerk, are there any journalizations?
We have two. Case number ANX-13-25, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition. ANX-13-25 was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on April 29th, 2025. The petition is requesting to annex 0.848 acres from Jackson Township to the city of Grove City. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on June 10th, 2025. The site is 2255 Holton Road, PID number 160-001845. And finally, the documents presented to each of you today have been sent to your offices via email and are being journalized as required under Resolution 392-24, Intergovernmental Agreements. The clerk's office has been tracking each contract signed by the county administrator under this authority required by the resolution. The list provided to you will also be captured in today's meeting minutes.
Thank you. If there are no further business to come before the board, we are adjourned.